Alrighty, everybody, got a little Game 3 action here in the ALCS. Astros and Red Sox. Red Sox leading at 2-1, hoping to lead at 2-1 in the series if they win today's game in Houston. And Eovaldi pitching well, I might add. So, once again, Red Sox impressing me with what they're doing here. And really, this series so far has lived up to the hype, as that will be a fair ball, and Eovaldi covers for the first out. This series has lived up to the hype of two really good teams going at it. One-run games for most of the game, and, last couple games, one of the teams will kind of break away at the end. Hopefully that team is the Red Sox this time as they lead it 2-1. And Eovaldi, again, it's still the fifth inning, so a lot could happen. But Eovaldi so far proving to be their best starting pitcher as, And again, I know Chris Sale's kind of going through some stuff. He just recently was admitted to the hospital with a stomach illness, and I guess he's going to be back with the team tonight. But, his start in Game 5 is questionable. Rick Porcello keeps coming out of the bullpen, so who knows if he's going to start Game 4, although he should. And in general, it's just kind of, that one is lined right to Pierce for the second out. Wow. So this might be a really short inning, but I kind of hope it is, because that means that the Red Sox pitching is getting the job done. And really, the Red Sox team is getting the job done. And, it's really weird saying that. When you hear the way I talk about the Red Sox, sometimes you would think that they lose every game. But I have been frustrated with this team the past few years. That's been no doubt about that. I haven't even really been covering a lot of the games until recently. As it looks like Barnes is warming up at the bullpen. I don't know why, though, because, Eovaldi's doing pretty well. Hopefully they're not going to bring Barnes in until the 7th if, Eovaldi can get a quick out here, as he does throw a strike in there. Now, it is the 5th inning. Eovaldi's up to 69 pitches. I see no reason why he couldn't go the 6th at least, if not the 7th. You got to use your starting pitchers. I know, Barnes was pretty good in Game 2, but, you got to use your starters if they can get that far, which so far none of them have been able to do. But Eovaldi's doing really well here, and he's 0-2 on Altuve. You just look at the pitches by inning. He only threw 9 pitches in the 4th inning. He's only thrown 5 pitches in this inning. So, in general, Eovaldi's been really good. So, I see no reason to yank him. I don't know, maybe they're just warming up Barnes in case, but I would not even consider putting a reliever in at this point, as he throws that one high, trying to get a swing and miss. Now, I didn't realize how fast Eovaldi threw. That last fastball was at 99. Earlier, he was throwing it at about 100. I knew he was, up there in terms of speed. I guess that would explain the Tommy John surgeries he's had. He can really get it up there. Definitely more than I thought. So, hey, kudos to him. If he got it, use it. And 1-2 the count here. Throws a curveball outside for a ball, 2-2. But yeah, I know Cora, and in general, it seems like baseball has been going to this with these just rigid bullpen regimens where it's like, okay, the starter gives you 5, then someone pitches the 6th, someone pitches the 7th, someone pitches the 8th. But to me, if the starter is doing well, like Eovaldi is right now, you just leave him in. And, you see what happens in the 6th. Of course, I say that, now he's just going to throw all balls, and now I'm going to look like an idiot. It's like, hey, good thing he had Barnes warming up. Hopefully he doesn't put Altuve on, at least not for nothing, and then bring Bregman up to the plate. Bregman might be their best hitter right now. He was last year against the Red Sox, and Red Sox have been pitching him very carefully in this series, as I guess they should. Eovaldi, needs to get at least something out of this at-bat. Another ball, just all curveballs at the end there. So that was a questionable strategy. See, this always happens, and you've seen this, anyone who's watched more than one of my videos. One of two things happens. I either, diss the Red Sox and say, they're not good at this, and then they do exactly what I say they're not good at. Or I go the other way and I start to praise them and say, they're pitching so well, and then they start, giving up runs and hits and crap. So, yeah, it never goes well. We'll see what happens here, of course. It looked like it was going to be a short inning, and it still might be. Just one base runner for Bregman here. We'll see what they do with him. It's not like the batter after him is any slouch anyway. This Astros lineup is very good. I'm impressed with how few runs they've given up to them, actually, as the dreaded shift comes into play here. Everybody on the infield on the left side right now. And another ball outside in a very similar spot. Maybe I spoke too soon. It would have certainly appeared that way. I really need to stop giving the Red Sox credit, because every time I do, they let me down. So, you know what? The Red Sox suck. They got no chance, and I don't care. They're a terrible team. The pitching will never come together. Eovaldi is just a flash in the pan. He doesn't have it anymore. He's just completely lost it, and the Red Sox are just kind of doomed to this series. He throws another ball. And, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's happening right now. But we'll see. I mean, I want the Red Sox to win every game, but if they can win tonight, they at least guarantee that the series goes back to Fenway for a Game 6. And at that point, you're where you want to be. Hopefully the Red Sox come back to Fenway up 3-2 and not down 3-2 in the series. But at this point, just got to win Game 3. Win Game 3 and go from there. I mean, they only won one game against Houston last year in the playoffs. That's a strike. Finally. A low strike, but we'll take it. So, knowing Cora, knowing the way that this inning is going, he probably will pull Eovaldi just because he's having trouble with this last batter, if this is the last batter. And, 77 pitches, which still isn't that many, but I don't know. I guess they're concerned with saving these guys for possible bullpen stints because Eovaldi could probably come out of the bullpen in another game. It's so weird, this team. It, has all these wins and all this talent. Just oh, wow, it popped him up. No, I guess that was foul. That looked like it was going to go right into center field. But it's weird, this team with all this talent and all these players and pitchers, it seems like they're just trying to piece it together like they're just like the Oakland A's or something. Oh yeah, just throw him a couple innings. Bring Porcello in the 8th, I guess. Whoever that guy is, put him in. It doesn't seem like there's an organized plan. And part of that is because your top 1 and 2 pitchers are not your top 1 and 2 pitchers right now. I mean, everybody kind of praised David Price for that last start, and I really don't know why. I mean, he barely made it into the 5th inning, gave up 4 runs. The only reason why everyone's praising him is because the Red Sox scored 5 runs. If the Red Sox were losing 4-0, it would be all Price's fault. But instead, it's oh, well, he kept them in the game. He didn't suck completely. So now everybody's acting like he had this great start. I mean, I'm not going to, say it was a terrible start, but I'm also not going to be wow, David Price has figured it out now. It just seemed like another instance of the moment getting away from him. He just kind of stopped it a little bit. He stopped himself from getting too, caught up in the moment and giving up 7 runs. But am I going to get excited that our number 2 pitcher gave up 4 runs in 4 2/3 innings? Not really, although that's probably one of the longer starts of the series for anybody. It seems like the starters only go 4 or 5 innings now. I don't even know why we have starters. Why don't we just have bullpen guys like the Tampa Bay Rays? But I digress. All right, that one is popped up foul. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. The count remains at 2-2. So, yeah, they'll probably take him out now. It'll probably be Barnes in the 6th and Brazier in the 7th and, I don't know, Porcello or somebody in the 8th. If I had to guess, it's just so predictable and it's annoying because I feel like the starters could go 6 or 7 if they let them, but they're going to take them out for this great bullpen the Red Sox have. Because I know Barnes has worked out lately, but do we want to keep going to that well? Do we want to keep bringing in Bregman or keep bringing in... Oh, not Bregman. Who the hell's in the bullpen? Barnes. That one is grounded. Oh, it's off the glove. Oh, shit. Shit. And it's rolling to the wall. He's probably running with 2 outs, going for the plate, and he scores. Now they're all going to act like they did something when that was just an error. Game is 2-2. Every goddamn time I praise this team, it's forget it. I don't even know why I bother. I'm hey, the Red Sox are really good. The Red Sox are great. You guys, this is why I believe in this team, and they're going to win. And then the ball clanks off Nunez's glove, and now the Astros fans and the Astros are going to act like they did something when really the ball just clanked off a guy's glove. Wow, what a base hit. Was that Nunez or was that Devers? I don't even know anymore. I don't know who's playing what position. Oh, that was Devers. Well, I'll get back to bite him. Oh, the Astros going nuts. Yeah, we got a hit. Wow, what a great hit we got. Look at the skill we used to getting that hit. Wow, yeah, I think I hit into an error. Woo! Wow, what a great feat that was. Jeez. All right, let's see if Bogarts can throw a ball. Wow, so that was disappointing. 2-2, the Astros' vaunted lineup hit in error, and that got them a run, so there you go.